What's up, everyone? It's Adar coming at you with another episode of Startup Engineering Daily. Let's hop right into it. So our first tweet is from Jake, who is a co-founder of Railway, which is an infrastructure company. And he's responding to this tweet from Nat Iasin, which says, nearly every ambitious person I know who has dived into AI is working harder than ever and longer hours than ever. Fascinating dynamic. I've never worked this hard nor had this much fun with work. And Jake is replying saying, he said it before, burnt out is an IO problem. If you put in a lot and get out a little, that's where the problem is. Working hard has been vilified for years. Thankfully, people are waking up. I think this is really interesting. We've talked about this a little bit on some previous stories, but in the age of AI, it is very easy to feel like, oh, I have to work so much harder. I have to stay up till 5 a.m. Literally, it's a meme. And keep delivering software, pushing out tickets, or just developing new features or going through the backlog. Or even just like working on the tools like OpenClaw or whatever that can help facilitate that for you. But I do think in the age of AI, it is more and more important to focus on the projects you're working on. So like this founder of Railway, right? I'm going to guess that he's not doing like a bunch of horizontal projects. I could be wrong, but I really feel like these kind of people are really doubling down on, Railway. It's a venture funded company, obviously, so it's a bit different, but it is really interesting that I remember like in the pre-AI times, there were a lot of people who would develop a ton of projects. They would have a ton. They would kind of want to be like Levels IO, and they wouldn't really. But they were all really toys, that never got any users. And it was even a meme before AI about how nobody has any users. But I really feel like doubling down and working on these individual projects and leveraging AI on a vertical level as opposed to a horizontal level can really pay off a lot. Next, we just have a tweet from X creators. They did this giveaway for the article of writing a text article where you could win $1 million from them, and they did pay out the winner. It was some tweet about how Deloitte is super bad. I don't think we covered it, but it was just saying Deloitte is stealing taxpayer money. But they're going with a new competition as well now, which is to create with Grok Imagine, which is their video model. And you can see here that they have the meme come to life, and they're giving away 1,500,000, 500K, and 250K to the top 3 videos about Grok Imagine. So definitely check it out if you have a cool idea, and you could potentially win some bread. Next, we have this weird announcement from Heroku. A lot of people have been talking about it and kind of vague posting, but nothing really specific. But if you don't know, Heroku is kind of one of these original platforms that made it easy to host code. So you would use these like template files so that you could upload your builds for your projects. You could like get a database from them on Postgres or all these different connections that they had. And it was just really easy for hosting back in the day. They did have problems and they never really scaled. And like if you needed them at scale, it was a huge cost compared to using AWS directly. And they were just a layer on top of AWS for everything. But essentially they have this weird announcement that nothing's really changing, but they're focusing on a sustaining engineering model. And I guess a bunch of people got laid off, and the product's been really weird. I haven't used it in a long while. I do have like a couple projects still running on it, but I never launch anything new on it. I would probably use like fly.io or Railway are kind of the new cool ones for situations like this, like a platform as a service is what they like to call it. But it definitely speaks to like the idea as well of like in the age of AI, how much infrastructure can be controlled via the CLI. How much are we relying on the AI to do infrastructure versus having a human bottleneck there that still has to design it and plan it? That I can't really speak to, but I definitely think the companies that invest in that moving forward are going to win the most in the agentic era. Next, we have a cool announcement from X developers. They mentioned that they were working on this a while ago, and it's cool to see that they finally delivered the X API pay per use. So now you can scrape tweets. It is not cost effective. It's very expensive, but obviously it's better than 20K per month for access. But you are looking about half a penny per tweet read. So I think doing 50K per month, which is, I believe, the limit right now on the at least calculator, the sliding calculator, that puts you at $250 a month just to read 50K tweets. You can definitely get a lot of information out of that, but in terms of the amount of tweets that are coming in, it's nothing compared. So I don't know if a lot of people are going to use it. The pricing is a bit higher, but at least it's pay per usage now. And if you have ways to take advantage of not using too much data, now you have an option without having to have like a super enterprise account. This kind of stuff interests you and you want to talk with some like-minded people, join the Audinato Discord in the description. Thanks.